Welcome now, friends, to the Thursday edition of Fresh Bread. It's Thursday, October 19th, 2023. Hey, we're getting close to the end of the work week. Hope you're doing well and having a great week. Yesterday we were talking a little bit about this idea of Peter wanting to remind everybody about the things that were really important in their faith journey and how he wanted that to be remembered not only while he was with them, but after he departed. In other words, after his death, which he believed was coming up pretty quick. And of course, as you know, Peter was executed, and some believe he was executed the same day as Paul, after they were both held in the Mamertine prison there in Rome. So just a little idea there for you. I don't know if that's ever conclusively been proven, but that's what a lot of people believe. Anyway, Peter makes a really good point to me and how it affects us today in 2023. And I just want to share that when I have tried to start up some new things at the churches, we've tried, I probably should go through sometime and all the different things that I've tried to start that I believe God gave me to try to start, for that matter, when stuff I just came up with. Some of them were borrowed from other churches where I've served and been a member of, and some were just ideas that I believe God gave me. And so what I want to share with you today, and I don't know if I've shared this with too many people. I think I've talked about this, but I don't know. I probably need to get this out to more people. So this is why Fresh Bread is so important, because sometimes this is the only chance I have just to communicate with people, just honestly, without any interruptions or any other agenda going on in terms of like a meeting, and then I got to hustle up because we got other people waiting in line in the queue, as it would be, to say what they got to say. Well, here I can kind of take my time. I do try to keep these to about 4 or 5 minutes for sure, sometimes less. Well, here's what I want to tell you. Some of the things that we've tried to start, and I'll just give you one, for example, the Saturday afternoon program. I thought it was a great idea. We started it in April. It started out to be a discipleship program. It kind of expanded quickly so that it was way beyond a discipleship program. A discipleship group, I think, would have 3 or 4 people, maybe 5, including the leader, but probably 3 or 4 would be more likely. And I still think that's going to happen. I don't know when. Part of the issue was finding a good time for people to come, quite frankly. And we were trying to do it on Saturdays, and I found out Saturdays were not opportune times. I mean, Sunday afternoons would work. We used to do The Chosen on Sunday afternoons. And then we started finding out people didn't like to be out at night. And once we started repeating, and I loved watching The Chosen the second time, by the way. I got more out of it the second time than the first. Some people said, well, I already saw it. I'm not kind of that. And other people said, no, they loved to see. Matter of fact, I was talking to a big fan of The Chosen from Kansas Avenue just a few weeks ago, and she said she'd love to see us do season 1, 2, and 3 straight through, and then start with season 4 when it comes out, and we think it's going to come out in February. Well, anyhow, I'm digressing a little bit because those are ideas that I had in terms of what I wanted to see us do. The reason that we kind of laid back and quit doing the Saturday afternoon program wasn't just because it got so big, and then the numbers just fell totally off. It was really interesting. The first day we had it, I think we had like 11 or 12. The next week we had like 20. This was in April. Then the next week we started tapering off, and it got to the point where there's like 3 of us showing up. And so I thought, that's just not working. Anyhow, my point being, I want to do something that I can pass off the leadership to, not so that I'm not responsible. That's really not it. And like I said, I did find out that maybe I needed a little bit more of a break. There was a period of time where I was going 7 days a week, weekends, 12-hour days on Saturdays and Sundays for about 2 or 3 months. And I've kind of learned it's okay to take a break, but But what I really need is somebody to step up, or several somebodies. And if they feel qualified and capable of leading a group of this kind, that's what I want to do. So my idea was to, just using this as an example, was to kind of help develop leaders in the discipleship group, which is really what it started out to be. And then out of that group, to have a person get really well grounded and really well trained so they know what I'm looking for. And not that I'm 100% right, but I am responsible. I'm 100% responsible for what goes on inside the church walls. So that I am responsible for. And I'm learning like everybody else. But I have a good idea what I want to see happen, and that is I want the members to take ownership and to take leadership so that it's not all on me. Not that I'm undoing it, but I know one thing, if I'm the only one doing it, then no one else is going to be equipped to do leadership. And at some point or another, we need more people to do leadership. So I've seen really big churches in Topeka who had very well-known pastors. They were great guys, and those pastors would move on. They would leave. And then guess what? The churches did fine because they had done the infrastructure. They had started and developed a strong leadership group. And we've got a lot of people at our churches who are in really good at working. I mean, they're just hard workers. But what I have not been able to do, to my satisfaction, has been to work with certain people in the areas, especially of evangelism or outreach or ministry, you could even call it. And so that's my goal, and I want to do it in such a way, again, using that one as an example, so that the Saturday afternoon program, I could turn that over to somebody, and they would run it and would go without any issues. They would be able to keep the program going very effectively. So I want to do that with every program that we start. I want the lay leaders to get it going. We may be talking about the possibility of having a Christmas program with the kids coming up in, we would start practicing in early December, and it would probably be held on Christmas Eve at our services at Kansas Avenue in Oakland on the afternoon of the Christmas Eve. So that's the plan. And again, I need people to step up. So that's really what I'm saying today is I want to make this happen so that it's not going to be based on a certain individual, maybe the pastor or somebody else, but these programs continue to go and continue to grow after certain individuals leave. So that's the goal, and that's what I hope to have happen. Just stay with us, stay tuned in. That's the goal for us to move on as we continue serving the Lord. And I thank you again for your time today. Have a wonderful rest of the day here on Thursday. Hope to be back with you again tomorrow for more Fresh Bread on Friday. Until then, God bless you. We'll talk to you then.